Okay guys, so today we're going to talk very much about the driver and we're going to talk about driver speed. Now this is something that I discovered many years ago and it very much lived with me, and it's something that when I introduce it to either students of mine online or face to face, it makes a massive difference for those golfers as well, particularly golfers who have the wrong idea. Now what I always try to do when I'm producing sort of social media content and when I'm just generally replying to people I'm working with is I'm trying to put myself into the mentality of why do you swing that way, right? So what narrative has caused it? Now, the thing that we're always told with driver is we've got to hit it from the inside and we've got to hit up on the ball. And for me, if that was the limited amount of information I was given, that would generally make me sort of want to go something like so. So lean back, hit it from the inside. Now, the problem with that is that will make you stand up. Okay, so that's a big issue. And the problem is if you're kind of doing that and you sort of have this habit of sort of, trying to hit it from the inside and you stand up, then you might be able to hit some straight shots similar to that one. However, the bigger dilemma is it's obviously not going to be very good for your club head speed. And you can only imagine turning the club upside down like so. And if you kind of try and swing it kind of this way, there's not going to be that much sort of speed. And the reason why is because your arm wants to work up and down, and if your arm works up and down, it's going to generate way more club head speed, and that's the whole point of today. So what I am going to do, excuse me for just altering the mat for a moment, is I'm going to try and hit some shots down. That's pretty good. Down towards that 150-yard marker. We're going to record the shots on the flight scope, and the point that I'm going to make is I'm going to kind of show you that how we generate speed, and then how we do it without swinging like out to in, right? So what I'm trying to say is in the first part of understanding this is we need to make sure that we get that club going, up, okay? That's the big thing, because if I start going up, I can then pull my arm down, and that, can you see the way that's going to introduce like a whipping? Now, what happens with most people is they'll sort of go, well, hang on, if I do that, what's going to stop me from sort of, if you say to me, Russ, lift it up and sort of turn as you bring it across you, what's going to stop me from swinging massively like this and just producing horrible slices like that one? And then I would say, well, the problem with that is that was too steep, but the reason why it was too steep was because your right arm didn't straighten. And what that means is if I sort of take this into isolation, so I swing back, if I let my right arm straighten, see the club goes down here, right, behind me. And then that way I can turn aggressively because that helps me sort of rotate and generate speed. And as long as I straighten my arm, I can still neutralize that club path and still hopefully hit some pretty good shots. So I'm going to try and hit some shots now down towards that 150-yard marker. The reason why I want to hit some shots is because I don't want the video to seem contradictory to other videos that I've produced. So I'm going to sort of talk about like how it's not contradictory and the way that I try and produce content. So if I try and hit a couple of shots, the point that I'm making first of all is I'm going to basically just try and lift it up. In fact, I need to aim straight with this mat. I'm going to try and lift it up and then down and across the ball, right? So like up and down and across the ball. And that went pretty damn straight. Let me just double check. Flight scope is up and running and measuring. Right, so whilst I'm hitting range balls, not that it's like an ego thing, but obviously a range ball's not going to go as far as a real ball because they're designed very much that way. But the thing that we're trying to measure in this is not the spin and the total distance, it's the club head speed. Now, for myself, if I can get above that 115, that's pretty good for me. And that means that I know I'm swinging pretty freely. Okay, and there's two good shots. Let me just hit one more with that same notion so that you guys can hopefully see what I'm sort of demonstrating is what I'm saying to you guys. So I'm not kind of going in here and trying to lean back and in on the inside. What I'm doing is I'm swinging it up, turning through it, and I'm just trying to release my arm correctly so that I can hit the ball from the inside. Okay, so there's 3 decent tee shots. Now, some of you that watch the channel regularly, which I very much appreciate, may sort of go, well, hang on, you sometimes talk about no backswing and a short backswing. And that's true. And that's because what I tend to see with a lot of golfers is that they, in the backswing, they think they're supposed to turn really early. So that's why I talk then about like, reducing this and just trying to feel like it's more of a lift. And what I then say is swing it shorter. So my point now is whether I'll demonstrate it as well as that will be seen, but I'm going to try and swing shorter, okay, so more like here, and then you can see that one. I won't stop to have a look at flight scope, I'll put them on the screen as I'm hitting them, but that may not have gone quite as far, but you can see my point in terms of, if you want to swing shorter because, you're trying to work on your technique and you feel that's better, then my point that I'm trying to make is you can still generate more than enough speed. And if you wanted to go longer because you're more of an advanced golfer and you felt that you wanted more speed, then obviously the point is you lift your arms up higher, and then you swing through, but I'm too tired now to do that. So hopefully you enjoy the video. I'm going to go and have a sit down. The point that I'm trying to make is to generate speed, you need to understand your arms need to move up, down, and you need to feel like your arms are moving up, down, and across the ball. But the thing that stops that from being out twin and steep is the releasing of the right arm, okay? So I'm not coming down and pulling it like this. Can you see the way that I'm allowing my right arm to straighten? And that's what helps you hit the ball from the inside and on the up. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll see you guys again really soon.